was the best of times, it was the worst of times. That's how Charles Dickens put it in his book, The Tale of Two Cities. Same thing could be said about current events, but this is the tale of one county. And the constant here is that small business has always been the lifeblood of our community. Here at Best of Gwinnett and Gwinnett Magazine, it's our honor to celebrate the stories of Gwinnett businesses as they work day in and day out to provide the very best for their customers and the community. Here lately, we've witnessed just how true the old saying is, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Our first story takes us back to the start of the pandemic at the very beginning of the economic shutdown. Bruce Kennedy at Universal Joint in Lawrenceville had to move quick to save his restaurant. It's lunchtime in Lawrenceville, and for a city that takes pride in its local restaurants, even the pavement misses the parade of cars that once danced the streets during this lunch hour every day before COVID-19.
Universal Joints, Bruce, can I help you?
Like other restaurants, Universal Joint chose to close their dining room before the stay-at-home orders were issued to set up curbside, contactless service for their customers. Bruce Kennedy, one of the partners at Universal Joint and ever the entrepreneur, made an interesting choice to explore the unknown with his business rather than eke it out until he would have to close his doors.
We had to shut down our dining room, and after that happened, I was at the grocery store in Decatur, Georgia, and I thought, you know what? I don't want to be here. I'm kind of scared. Everybody's all around me. I'm touching things. And I had a thought that we should remain open and be a market. I've got ground beef, I've got eggs, milk, I've got toilet paper. Those things I can get, and I don't have to go to the grocery store, and neither do our customers. So I thought what they could do is be a one-stop shop. They come in, they get them a couple of burgers to go. On top of that, maybe a couple of family meals that we serve to cook the next 2 days. Go ahead and get some toilet paper, some ground beef, some ground turkey, and paper towels, and throw in there 2 6-packs of beer and 2 bottles of wine. They have everything they need for 4 or 5 days, and I thought it would limit the amount of time and the amount of exposure people did in grocery stores.
Bruce was kind enough to show us around as his staff filled orders for meals and, of course, toilet paper. And this pivot seems to be paying off.
So we've been doing that now for 1 week. We've made 1,000 mistakes. We're learning every day. It's not our business model, but we're making it our business model right now.
In just spending the day with Bruce, you can tell that he loves his customers as much as he loves his employees. He's doing all this for them, but that doesn't mean that any of it's easy.
I'm feeding people, taking care of the community, and I'm open for business, and that's about it.
If you want to know what the heart of the leader looks like, I recommend you visit Universal Joint in Lawrenceville and ask for Bruce. Even in the midst of a pandemic, we found that the drive of entrepreneurship never quits. Some of the most inspiring stories came from businesses holding grand openings, even while COVID-19 threatened to shut them down at any minute.
I will tell you this, it's been, I want to say, we're so blessed because since the day we opened, people love the place. We have a lot of really good, loyal customers. And we open the doors and it's like people start coming and they love us. We learn how to show love to customers because it's a lot of people there that they don't want to come. They don't want to get out from home. And the people wants to come out, we want to say that we really appreciate that, because they're trying to give the opportunity to new business. You got to give them all the love. I think we got to do the extra. So we got to give everything we can. We learn how to love the customers and how to appreciate customers a little bit more than the usual.
This new Cuban restaurant is a welcome addition to Gwinnett, and this Cuban sandwich definitely has given me good vibes.
I love my job.
The Floridian isn't just limiting their gratitude to their customers, they're also giving back to their community.
So we're trying to support all the local breweries. So in our bar, we're trying to get only local breweries.
Only local breweries.
Only local breweries.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Jamie gave me a really good idea with what he just said, talking about local breweries, and guess what? There's a local brewery right down the road from where I'm at right now that just grand opened. And so let's go talk to Iron Shield Brewing, see what it's like to grand open for them during the pandemic.
The challenges we ran into to get open started with just, we're an alcohol business, and so it's highly regulated. So we had a lot of dependency on a lot of different approvals from a lot of different agencies. They were shut down. They were all scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. So we worked through that, lots of phone calls, just chasing it down to get each thing that we needed done. But then we ran into problems getting equipment in. We ran into problems getting parts and pieces that we needed to complete the construction of the brewery. And finally, we ran into problems getting everything operational. A lot of the folks' technical services were on lockdown. They couldn't travel. But by pushing through that, it certainly delayed us, but we got everything up and running and open.
I could tell from talking to this well-oiled team of professionals that they weren't going to let a little pandemic slow them down one bit. They grand opened in the building that used to house Gwinnett News way back in the day on July 11th, and they've been going strong ever since. These past couple of years have taught us to value and respect our healthcare workers for the vital role they play in our community. For everyone in the healthcare community, including our first responders, this was a historic time to serve in the field. What we often don't hear about are the family practitioners and the private practices that also deserve our thanks and a spotlight on their efforts over these last couple years. Tina Harrington has been serving as a dentist for a long time in Suwannee, but dentistry isn't her only talent. In this story, Tina shares how flying helps her keep her business skills sharp. Tina Harrington flies a blue and gold airplane, reminding her of when she first learned to fly, before becoming a flight instructor herself.
I was in my probably second or third year at Georgia Tech in an electrical engineering lab, and my lab partner mentioned that he was going flying after lab, just in normal conversation, like that was a normal thing. And so I got started talking to him, and he said that he had gotten his pilot's license the week before. And the next words out of my mouth were, "Can I go with you?"
And 25 years later, she's still applying the lessons she's learned flying to her business at Suwannee Family Dentistry.
From flying to business to really no matter what it is, you have to have a checklist and a system. And you have to follow it and do it exactly the same way every single time. Usually if something goes wrong, it's because there's some system that's not being followed. And if I find it and fix it, we're back on track. Flying is the same way, and believe it or not, a dental office is the same way too.
It's the first time I've flown in a high-performance plane like this. On takeoff, you can feel the power and the speed of this Beech Bonanza aircraft.
So the Bonanza became my dream plane back when I learned to fly, because I thought it was sleeker and sexier than the trainers.
Nice.
And so we bought our first one back in 2012, had it for a little while, sold it when the kids were really little because we weren't flying very often. And we bought this airplane actually the first week of February. This year, right before all this coronavirus started.
Okay, now I see Suwannee Family Dentistry. So how did you go from engineering to dentistry?
I went almost straight from Georgia Tech to dental school. I had a little gap there because of the Olympics. Graduation dates were skewed a little bit, so I really did work as an engineer for about 6 months, which was enough time to convince me that I really didn't want to do it forever. In my continuous vein of not knowing that I should be afraid to do things, I graduated from dental school and immediately started to practice from scratch.
As we flew over Lake Lanier, I learned that Tina really wasn't afraid of anything when she gave me the controls to her airplane. She didn't even ask about my driving record. So we swapped jobs, and I gave her my camera. It was the least I could do, you know, for collateral and everything. Feeling the power of the Bonanza gave me a swell of pride, and you have to get a little cocky when you're in a cockpit. Hey, all you guys that bought a drone, you got no guts. That's what millennials do. Of course, I had to give Gwinnett Magazine a flyby. There's downtown Beaufort. Still, controlling a machine with this much power was somehow humbling. The thing is, when you look down, it doesn't make you feel small. It just makes you realize that you are. Now I know that when I grow up, I want to be a dentist. I figured I should let Tina land the plane. After all, she helped me achieve a lifelong dream, and there was no reason for us to crash. Across town, we drop in on Dr. Matarasi, and she helps the injured in our community by providing them with top-notch chiropractic care. Dr. Tanaz Matarasi and her team provide chiropractic care to help patients recover from injuries and ease their pain. It's a passion that for her started at a very early age.
When I was a kid, my dad asked me to walk on his back just because he had a lot of back pain. And every time I was doing that, he feels better. He thinks he's getting, full relief. It was very interesting to me on that age, but when I grew up and I came to United States, I found out it's actually something very similar exists, and they call it chiropractor.
Flash forward a few years, and Dr. Matarasi had founded her own practice in Gwinnett County, where she leads a multilingual team of injury and wellness specialists that make patients feel right at home.
We really want them to feel like as a family. So that's the way I'm training all my staff and all my team, that this is going to be a house. This is going to be a second home for our client, because they're going to be here 3 times a week, some of them twice a week. And of course, they go down gradually, but they want to feel comfortable. So that's what we do. We make a very peaceful place for them.
I came in today for more of a wellness check and a much needed adjustment. But much of the care that's provided here is for those patients suffering from an injury of some kind.
We work with most likely injured patient. They've been injured in a car accident or a sport injury. So we first evaluate them, talk to them, see what happened, know the mechanism of the injury. And when we know the mechanism of injury, it helps us through the evaluation, and then do some test, chiropractic and orthopedic evaluation on them to make sure where the problem coming from. But knowing the cause, it's very important. I know the traditional chiropractor, they do the cracking, but when you come to our office, we don't use that technique on all patients. We have a variety of techniques that we can use. So when we get a little baby, or we get a pregnant woman, or we get an injured patients, it's different than the people coming for the wellness. So that's why we have a variety of different techniques and technology that we can these days use, and not just always cracking.
As I talk through my 40 years of wear and tear, Dr. Tanaz prescribed me with the full treatment. This is worth the price of admission right here.
Is the tender here?
Oh, yeah. Being adjusted from a chiropractor that knows what they're doing is one of the best ways to experience immediate relief.
Take a deep breath in and all the way out.
No matter if a business is caring for patients or caring for their customers, one common theme that becomes clear is how all of those local businesses strive to treat their customers like family. Carlos Rodriguez has been serving his customers for 35 years at his La Quazela restaurants. Over the years, he's developed a lifelong relationship with his customers. An easy stroll down West Croghan Street in downtown Lawrenceville and you'll find La Quazela, Gwinnett's legendary neighborhood cantina. It's both your neighborhood bar and your family's favorite Mexican restaurant, serving up the dishes you love. And founder and owner of La Quazela, Carlos Rodriguez, has been serving Gwinnett for generations now.
It was 35 years ago since we opened La Cazuela here in Gwinnett County, 1987. And I have been there from day one. We cook fresh from scratch every day. The rice, the beans, the salsas, the chips, the cheese dip. Everything gets cooked every day, fresh from scratch. That's the only way we know how to operate. That's the way we do it, and that's how it is.
And how it is pretty close to perfect. I couldn't wait to try La Quazela's greatest hits. Oh my goodness. But first I had to ask Carlos what they were.
We keep selling a lot of the classics, which you guys know by name. You know, the Crazy Taco, Speedy Gonzalez, combination dinners.
Perfect.
Fajitas, of course, on those sizzling plates.
Now these bad boys are a favorite. For 35 years, Carlos has been doing these. These are the classic menu items that have never gone away. This is famous. Everyone's tried to steal this. I swear, I've heard of the crazy taco. This is the first one, guys. This is the craziest taco. So if you, look at that. It's massive. My wife loves this. And she just eats it like this.
And also we have some new items to offer to our customers. We have a nice full menu with tacos that we sell by the taco.
Wow. A lot of times when restaurants talk about cooking traditional or having traditional menu items, they're talking about cooking in an authentic traditional style. When Carlos and his team talk about bringing traditional menu items to your table, they're talking about their own traditions. Traditions that Carlos brought to Gwinnett from Mexico 35 years ago. And they have been serving these dishes to Gwinnett families for 35 years. That is a legacy to be proud of. And hats off, Carlos. You still got what it takes, man. This place is unbelievable. Of course, it's not just Carlos, but his team that makes it all so unbelievable. Misael has led the kitchen for over 30 years, and Edgar has been a manager for 25 plus years. And even the new guy, Will, has 4 to 5 years experience.
I grew up eating in Navarro, the local Mexican restaurant. This one was by far my favorite growing up. My family came here year after year, and now it's amazing that I can come back here and work here and be a part of the group that made sure me and my family were taken care of. You know, we got good quality service, good quality food, and now I can help give that back to the community as well. And that's just a great thing.
We haven't even mentioned the team of cooks, waiters, and staff at La Quazela's second location in Buford, Georgia. Both locations serve the same menu items and provide the same service. And you know, when I think about all of the employees that La Quazela's managers have trained over the last 35 years, you can bet that the legacy of La Quazela will always be a part of Gwinnett's food service industry. But when you're serving menu items this fresh, you're also going to retain customers. And it's easy to see that La Quazela's customers are more like family and love Carlos as much as they do the food. How long have you guys been coming to La Quazela?
Since they first opened.
35 years, I guess.
When they first opened on Jimmy Carter Boulevard.
Wow.
And I was just telling Carlos that at the grand opening they gave these little clay cazuelas, and it's a lovely little bowl, and it says La Cazuela on it. And I've had it all these years. I should have brought it. I didn't know we were going down history lane, but so that's when we started. And Carlos has catered parties at our home back a long, 25 years ago.
Oh yeah, baby boy.
And we have known Carlos forever.
It might surprise some people that when you do catering, it's usually you driving up in the van.
Yes, I am. Actually, maybe 8 out of 10 catering deliveries is made by myself. I just like to go on the road and meet my customers and make sure everything gets done right for that catering delivery.
This year, catering orders, drop-off orders, and to-go orders have helped La Quazela in what's been a trying year for the restaurant business. Still, La Quazela's fried over 25,000 pounds of chips this year, and Carlos has no plans for slowing down. Today's the crew's working on an order to take to the hospital, and so it's just extra busy this morning. I asked Carlos what his secret was, and he told me it was always looking ahead to the future, which he prefers to do through the windshield, delivering the food he loves. The small business community in Gwinnett is full of leaders that carry the same servant attitude. Each one of these stories helps remind us of that. Servant leadership is something that Brian Ha and his family at the Lighthouse Car Wash don't just take seriously, but loving their neighbors is actually their entire mission. The Lighthouse Express Car Wash serves as a beacon of hope and soap here in Gwinnett, located off Scenic Highway in Lawrenceville near Snellville and the avenues at Webb Gin. Here, Brian Ha operates a family-owned car wash that offers a variety of exterior wash packages, auto detailing, hand washing, headlight restoration, and unlimited car wash packages.
I've been washing cars since I was in high school, so my father taught me how to wash cars, and just something that grew on me. And then when we moved to Georgia, our family decided to start a car wash, and we took over this car wash, and we've rebranded and just taken over, and just served customers ever since with a smile.
Since 2005, Brian's family has operated the car wash, and multiple lanes have brought in car after car, year after year. This Best of Gwinnett winning business is also taking care of the environment as they take care of your car.
So the water you use is recyclable?
Yeah. A good portion of it is reclaimed, it's recycled, so it allows us to save a lot of water and resources, so it's nice.
I always love coming to the car wash.
The lava foam and the light show will also give the kids some entertainment if you bring them along for the ride. And yet there's more. There's a heart for the community that makes the lighthouse outshine its competition.
It's nice that we're able to treat customers like brothers and sisters.
You know, on second thought, maybe inside a car wash isn't the best place for an interview.
Okay, how about we try that again?
Well, the lighthouse is symbolic of, being a light on the hill. Jesus says in Matthew 5:15, that don't be a light that's hidden, but be a light that shines. Let your good work shine before men. And so, that's part of our inspiration, and it encourages us to just serve the community with a positive mindset and just treat others like our brothers and sisters, and just serve the community well. So that, it's kind of like when Jesus was washing his disciples' feet. In a way, washing people's cars is kind of the mode of transportation now, whereas before it was a lot of people just got around on their feet, and now people get around in their cars. So it's kind of symbolic of washing people's feet. We get to wash their cars, so it's nice.
After such a beautiful illustration of serving others, I kind of felt bad about the mess I knew Brian's employees would have to deal with.
Before we clean out this car, I need you to know that while the lighthouse represents hope in the world, the back seat represents a world in need of redemption.
We'll see what we can do.
Life just gets messy sometimes, and we could all use some help getting it cleaned up. So it's good that the folks at Lighthouse Express Car Wash have found the passion it requires to constantly care for their customers. And if you got kids, well, you need this.
Do you have kids?
I do not, but I have 2 nieces, so I can imagine.
I'm sorry. I'm just sorry.
I forgive you, it's all right.
I'm sorry.
Now that our family Suburban's looking fresh, I'll drive it home so they can mess it up all over again. One of the business sectors that's had the most change, the most boom in recent times has been that of the real estate market. And it was great to tell the story of first choice real estate professionals this last year to see how they came to get into the real estate business and how they help homeowners with their rehabs and renovations. For more than 20 years, First Choice Real Estate Professionals in Lawrenceville, Georgia has been providing their clients with outstanding real estate services. As you walk up the sidewalk of their fully restored and renovated office space, you get the feeling you're someplace special.
You're literally walking on streets of gold when you step into First Choice Real Estate Professionals' office. So this floor here, when you step into it, the floors are golden imported marble with some special grout. This is 24 karat gold dusted grout. Wow. With these floors, the most expensive grout that you could purchase.
Wow. It's gorgeous.
So you're literally walking on streets of gold.
Alyssa and Greg Allen make up the dynamic duo that is the First Choice brand. When these two real estate powerhouses first met, it didn't take them long to realize that they were better together.
Well, I was studying to get my real estate instructor's license.
And I was doing property management and residential remodeling. So the two of us, I met her, I saw this beautiful young lady in this real estate class, and I had a vision. I said, she's as smart as she is pretty. And the combination of our skills combined, her with her real estate brokerage background and education background, and me with my umpteenth years of property management and remodeling probably over $25 million worth of renovation in my career at that particular time. We combined it, created 4 companies. I call it the 4-headed monster. The First Choice Renovation, First Choice Property Management, First Choice Property Management Services, and of course, First Choice Real Estate Professionals.
First Choice has a real estate solution for everyone. If you need help in buying and selling, they do that. Need a firm to help you manage a property stress-free, renting, leasing, and taking care of the maintenance? First Choice does that. First Choice Renovations handles remodels and rehabs. And First Choice also offers real estate education, available for folks wanting to get into the business for themselves. As a matter of fact, the top floor of the First Choice building is designed for education, to keep students informed on finance trends and all the how-tos. With so many different facets to the business, I had to ask, what was the most exciting part of this business? Where does all this energy come from?
Well, my most exciting part of this job is meeting new people, always starting new projects, because I'm nonstop. I always just feel the need. My philosophy is grow or die.
I vibe off of his energy. He is what keeps me going every day. I could have a bad day or just feel like, I really need some rest, but he's a fireball and his energy just keeps me going.
You almost have to be a fireball or just really love strong coffee if you want to make it in real estate today. I was amazed at the sheer number of ongoing projects that this couple handles on a day-to-day basis, from management all the way to complete restorations.
One of the things and stuff that we do for customers is to change their way of mediocre thinking into excellence. So in order by doing that, it's just a matter of just showing people that there's potential in everything. I like to say that we make ugly things pretty.
New appliances, new cabinets, new flooring, everything.
Restoration, from our perspective, would be, it starts with, what's your motivation? Where's your heart at? What's your intention? What you're looking to accomplish with what you're trying to restore. And let that lead you to what the outcome really should be.
When you choose First Choice Real Estate Professionals, your home can start out looking like this, but transform into
There's no question that this duo has a passion for what they do, and the talent to back it up, going the extra step to present luxury and comfort that is affordable and accessible for every kind of customer. It's that calling and passion that makes First Choice, well, the first choice.
My passion for life, what I do, and being able to share with people the number one thing that I feel that everyone should have a chance at in life is to own real estate, because that's the foundation for something tangible that you can pass through generations.
And that energy comes before he has his first cup of coffee, believe it or not.
One thing that homeowners know is that they've got to keep up with all of the maintenance and repairs, different things that any home might need. And the passion that you find in the real estate market is also found in our contractors. It's found throughout all of our businesses in our community. And roofers at both Accent Roofing in Lawrenceville and Good Shepherd Roofing in Decula both take pride in the way that they handle customer service. These guys are the real deal. It's another beautiful day in Lawrenceville, and Accent Roofing is out solving their customers' roofing problems, just as they have for the last 32 years. Founder Tommy Scribbins thrives on making Accent Roofing Service the most complete and trusted roofing company in Georgia. His family, who work alongside him, feel the same way.
Accent Roofing today is a family-owned business. It started out me, and then one of my sons was attracted to it. Liked it and did well, and was never really by design. It just kind of happened over time that everybody got involved, and everybody has unique skills and things that they're good at, that they enjoy, and so we just all happen to work here together, and I guess by definition that makes it a family business.
According to Tommy and the thousands of 5-star reviews you'll find online, Accent Roofing focuses on each client as if they were the only client. When I asked what set them apart from the competition, it was clear that their reputation as the area's leaksmith came from their ability to fix roof leaks and roofing problems, and that's something other companies might not even offer.
Of the 5,000 roofers in the Atlanta area that we know of only about 100 that have a dedicated repair department, which means that 4,900 out of 5,000 are coming. They have no option but to sell you a roof. And frankly, most roofs get replaced before they need to be replaced. So we want to be that company that comes in and says, here's all it needs. And if we do a good job with the repair, then we feel like that gives us the inside track when it really does come time to replace the roof. But typically, The job that we're working on today started out as a repair 3 years ago. We did the repair successfully. It gave the client a comfort level with now hiring us to replace it. They are looking for a solution to their problem where they know they will be safe, and that's what we try to provide for them.
When it's time for a new roof or you've had to deal with leaks or storm damage, Accent Roofing is ready to help. To sum it all up, Tommy actually says it best.
Frankly, our mission statement is very simple. We want to provide you with the best contractor experience that you've ever had, period.
Across town, another roofer has built his company based around the values he was raised on. Good Shepherd Roofing in Decula carries on the legacy of family values and fine craftsmanship in an era where reliable roofers are hard to find. Doug Ingram grew up surrounded by hardworking men and women that would drop anything to help their neighbors. And he keeps that same ethic in mind as he helps customers solve their problems.
So typically when customers call us, they're looking for solutions to problems they may have with the exterior of their home, their roof, siding, gutter, things of that nature. But a lot of times, they're looking for just a trusted source that can help them with their roofing needs or their gutter needs. In this marketplace, there's a lot of players, and they're just looking for somebody they can trust.
For Doug, Good Shepherd Roofing was an opportunity for a fundamentally different kind of roofing company. A roofing company that was predicated on key fundamentals such as honesty, customer service, and doing the right thing all the time. A roofing company that was based on being present and in the community, with a state-of-the-art design center where local community members could actually come in and experience and educate themselves on their roof, their material choices, and the proper process.
Yeah, in the design center we've got roofing shingles, we've got gutters, we've got gutter guards, we've got siding samples, pretty much anything, fascia, soffit, they can experience. Well, what's the difference? Like when my soffit deteriorates, how are you guys gonna fix it? So it's educational, it's experiential, so they can actually interact with the products. And then in our conference room, we actually, for customers that want us to mock up homes, we've got a 3D capability where we can kind of move around their house. So we can put a black roof on a house that currently has like a sienna or a red roof, and then we can show them, and then, well, what if I paint my house tan instead of white that it is now? How's that gonna look? So we can actually spin around the house and change colors in our conference room. They can see what that's gonna look like.
Good Shepherd Roofing is a different kind of roofing company, and you can tell that this team enjoys working with its customers. They care about their homes, their businesses, and the types of materials that will be installed. It's easy to see why many of Good Shepherd's roofing customers come from referrals of previous customers. For Doug, this is a passion for treating customers better than anyone else.
My favorite parts of the job is just interacting with customers. The whole premise was to really be of service to customers, give them fair, transparent, honest pricing, do an incredible job on the roof or any other exterior project we tackle, and really just build relationships for a lifetime.
Every story needs a happy ending, right? And as we approach the last of these best stories from our year, we want to highlight another Gwinnett business leader who's all about helping his clients find their happy ending. That's Roger Green at Green Financial Resources. Green Financial Resources in Duluth, Georgia wants to help you write a happy ending to your story. With over 3 decades of experience, Roger Green has helped thousands of clients shape a promising future for themselves and for their families.
When we get the call from a client or a referral, normally it's because they want to check in and make sure that they're on the right track for their retirement. They want to make sure that they're doing all they can to save taxes, to invest and allocate their monies properly so they can have a successful retirement.
Regardless of income, age, or financial situation, Roger and his team help their clients survive the challenging times and thrive in the good times by crafting investment plans and retirement plans unique to each individual, delivering peace of mind with a friendly smile.
The number one thing we want to do is to help people avoid the pain of either the angst of not knowing if they're doing the right thing, or the angst and the worry that they know they're doing the wrong thing and they don't know how to get off of the dime and do the right thing. So we create a plan that takes into account what somebody wants and what they have coming in, and we help to try to bridge the gap and mine the gap with their assets by positioning those assets in places where they know where their money is going to come from during down markets, and they also have monies invested for up markets so they can have the growth to replace what they've been spending.
When this team puts their knowledge and experience to work for you, you can rest easy, knowing they'll help you build a solid foundation for your financial future.
Oh, I've had some beautiful stories for clients. I've been helping people for 33, 34 years, and I've seen people live through their entire retirement and be able to leave monies to their children's children, help with the grandkids' college, leave money to charity, and do all kinds of wonderful things through good planning and good investing.
As all of these stories demonstrate, light always shines brightest in the darkness. When times get tough, the tough get going. And our small business community proved through trials that none of us have ever faced before that they truly are the best of Gwinnett.